Hello everyone, Stropes here again. Today we're continuing to play the first place Richmond 4K Iden Blue deck by Jordan Hanning. Looks like we're playing an Iden Versio Command Center deck. As you probably saw if you watched yesterday, and as Jordan mentioned in his interview with TowerNumberNine, Green-Black is a pretty rough matchup. The only matchup that he lost was a Green-Black Vader build. To a Green-Black Vader build. They can run Relentless. They could be running Emperor's Legion. Both of those things kind of not great for us. So let's see. We will not mulligan here because we can first turn Inferno 4. This is again, the hardest matchup for this deck. I think people are also sideboarding for control now more than they probably were back then. This deck, Jordan's deck, does really well against Vader mirrors, like Vader control, not against Vader green. It also does really well against Sabine and has a pretty good matchup against Boba green, but in my experience, the Boba green decks now are running sideboarding to against control now, because it had some open slots kind of most of the time, so usually they are now sideboarding in Emperor's Legion and Relentless, which nerfs this deck. So we'll see how this matchup goes, see if we can eke out a win here. It will be pretty difficult. We'll hit them first, see what we can do. And then we'll just, oh, it's Pat. Yeah, Pat. Did they claim? Okay. Power. Restock. I don't know if they'll be on Vigilance. Sometimes they are, sometimes they are not. Although I think most of the time they are, due to, I mean, those Vigilance is good even at 6 against Sabine, so I'm assuming they have Vigilances, and which means we should not be resourcing a restock. But we need to keep the Entrenched for their larger units. This is maybe what we should resource. These two powers can help. The thing is, we'd like Childson to be a 6/6, and if we keep this restock in hand, he will not be a 6/6. So we've got 2 restock. It's pretty risky because they could mill our other one, but I think we kind of have to keep Childson at a 6/6 and make them deal with him. So we'll drop Childson first. I know they already got their damage in, but he'll be there, so they'll need to deal with him. They'll take down him. Which is alright. Oh, wait, they took down... Okay, yeah, they couldn't take down him because he was too large. Vanquish, we probably need to keep. Although, since we've already got Entrenched, we may... Oh, it's risky because we can double Entrench. So maybe we should bottom that and top this and then double Entrench and wait for a Super Laser Blast. We'll see. Gained a health. Player. What? Heal. Oh yeah, because they defeated that. Yeah, so we've got the Super Laser Blast, so we can afford to be entrenching stuff. But at the same time, we've got Childson, so not sure. And also keeping both of these for after Super Laser Blast is pretty nifty because we can Power of the Dark Side their Star Destroyers if they're on like Avenger instead of Relentless. Main thing is if they're on Relentless, we may be a little... have a rough patch. We're going to attack while we can. Get that 6 damage in. I also don't want to like overextend onto the board into their Super Laser Blast. Plus, keeping all these blue cards will help to draw another Childson, because they may just remove this one. if they do, debating what to do at that point. Also wonder, I mean, it's like we could have run Chilton into that probe droid and then, okay, I think we'll just claim there, I guess. Maybe they'll vigilance him since he's down to 3 and then heal. Nope. Alright, so Spark is, we could play Spark next turn. In fact, I'm thinking that's what we want to do. We'll be going first, so let's Spark and see what they've got. Okay. We can get rid of their Vader, and then they really can't do, I think that's what they're planning to do, planning to Vader and then get rid of our Chilton. And they got 2 barrages, so if we get rid of their Vader, they cannot do anything to us on the board. I guess they can drop Iden and then overwhelming barrage Iden, but no matter what we discard, they can kind of do that anyway. So I'm going to discard their Vader. No vigilance there. Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting last turn, because they're going to need to get rid of Chilton. Although they, yeah, okay, that's what they did. So we can deploy our Iden and start attacking them. And maybe that's what we should do. We will heal and then deploy, because I'm assuming they're just going to claim here, because they could deploy too, I guess. It's their only other thing they can do at the moment. Did they mill us? No, they just healed and defeated. So they're on Avenger too, so when they don't have a Relentless in hand, we'll play our Iden, and then it's like they've got more damage on our base, so they can win that race at least. We can power the dark side them though. Yeah, we'll do the same thing. Although maybe we should have just claimed there so we could immediately super laser blast them. Or not super laser, power of the dark side them. Because it probably wasn't worth that amount. I'm Your Father is not good in this matchup, so we're just gonna get rid of that. We can also take down that Iden. And power and entrenched are better versus that Avenger. I mean, we just like arena dodge them. But now it's kind of a game of who draws vigilance and who draws restock and win. And who mills the other persons. So we'll resource I Am Your Father. Okay, they'll power us. So then it's like takedown, I'm assuming? Yeah. We're kind of at a stalemate, 34 to 34. I mean, they've got a little bit more damage on us, but game state-wise, really pretty similar. Unless they drop a Relentless, in which case that would be pretty much game over for us. I mean, like, we can entrenched it, I guess. We'll claim here. I'm wondering if we should just hold. I don't think we'll like need to super laser blast because of all of our removal. It's just like, do we want to put Inferno 4 out and then power of the dark side them? We really want to be drawing some of our vigilances. I think we're just going to hold everything we've got here. We got, right, like none of those, 2 sparks there, but yeah, I haven't drawn a single vigilance and haven't, not actually, all of our sparks are gone. But have not drawn any vigilance and no search your feelings to get those. So those 6 of these 32 will lead us to bottom, and especially this to help us dig. So 6 out of these 30 can get us to a vigilance. And I'm wondering if we should just pull our restock in case of emergency. Because we really don't want them to mill it. Although they got one of them in there, so they've got 2. Did they pass? Alright. If they pass and we claim, then We're done. So I can heal with this cargo juggernaut, so we'll resource that Death Trooper. I mean, I guess we could have played it to start put like a little bit of board pressure on them. I'm not sure. We can also entrench. Let's hit first though. We can heal back up, so we'll be at 6 to their 7. Still no vigilance. Okay. Reinforcement walker is good on their end. So we'll do... I think we want to keep removing them. So... because if we put this entrenched and then a cargo juggernaut, that kind of sucks. So... but they're just going to claim as soon as we get rid of it. So I think it's better to like maybe claim here and then like immediately power them and see what they do. So I think we'll claim. Because they've only got one resource. Don't know what they'll get, what they would do with that. Okay. Again. No vigilance. Okay. I think we can probably afford to resource one of these cargo juggernauts. I would like to get up to 11 in case they're running Relentless so that we can power and then Super Laser Blast if we absolutely have to. So maybe we'll do one cargo juggernaut and then it's like, do we vanquish this or do we Power of the Dark Side it? I think we Power of the Dark Side it. We know they've got Avenger. They're still resourcing though. So, 6 of these 28 now. Okay, they Avengered finally. So, we can keep that search there. But it's like, do we keep it and then play it and then do that twice? I don't know if it's better just to put these both on the bottom again to just try and get to the vigilance. I'm thinking that's what I'll do, but I may regret that. We'll power their Avenger. And then I'm assuming they claim because as they could try and heal, but probably not worth that. Okay, they healed, so we'll claim. I guess it doesn't matter all that much. Okay, there's our vigilance. This I Am Your Father does not work against pretty much anything that they've got. So, we're going to vigilance them while we can. We will heal and mill. Heal and mill and see what we get from that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not much. Pretty much a bunch of duds besides the overwhelming barrage. Their other overwhelming barrages were in their hand, but they may be resourced now. They got a probe droid. So now, it's like, are we going to entrench that or put a cargo juggernaut down? We can't heal with the juggernaut. But it may be better to just have some sort of board presence and or bait something out from them. The shield will be annoying for them at the very least, but we could also just entrench that. But maybe we should be saving that for bigger stuff. So I think I will play that. Okay. Triggers. Use the arrows to reorder triggers on the right. Resolve first. Okay. Choose an instant. I've not really seen this. Do I pass? I guess. Okay. It's just like whether I wanted to order the heal first, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we'll claim there because there's nothing we can do. Did they... what? Gained a health? I thought they were at 4 though. It looked like they went to 2. Weird. So we can entrench that and pass. Although we'd like to stick a cargo juggernaut. I thought they were at, I swear they were at 4 and somehow gained 2 health. And they didn't have, oh yeah, they did have a unit die. Okay. Let's try another cargo juggernaut. I'm assuming they're also unentrenched, but maybe not. And they really don't want to play it on there, probably, because of their probe droid that's out. We still got 4. Maybe we should have resourced so that we could vanquish, potentially. Although, if they play anything up there, or really anything annoying on the ground, we can still entrench it. Or, I mean, probably just claim and then super laser blast. Okay. Sure. So I'm assuming they've got like 1 Avenger left. And then some reinforcement walkers. We could also like vanquish. So I'm just gonna claim. Should be able to like vanquish and then vigilance some of this stuff. Player 1 gained 1 health. Activated Iden. None of their units died, so they should not have been able to heal. I mean, I can put that damage on them myself if I need to. Oh, mine died. Never mind. Gotcha. Let's see. Okay, so we can super laser blast, and then super laser, and then entrenched if we got to. Vanquish also. Okay, so it's like whether we want to just clear everything with the super laser or vanquish. I think we're gonna pass here. We will super laser blast right away. I think we're just lucky that they do not have relentless, because that would really lock in the win for them at this point. So expecting maybe another Avenger, which we can entrench. Or if they play Avenger, we can claim and then play our own Avenger to avenge their Avenger. Okay, they got a shore trooper. So it's like if we're gonna pass and see what they do. We'll pass. Because I think it's better to pass here and be able to respond to something large. Even if we have to entrench a relentless. Okay, it looks like they did not. So let's see. Probably want to keep all this. We don't really want to drop an Avenger while they potentially also have one. So we're in like a weird back and forth kind of thing. I think that we're only like 16. I'm thinking we want to, that's like heal and defeat, but that feels weird. It's like, should we just try and like mill them out? We know we've got like another vigilance and another restock down in there. I don't think they've got like some vigilances too. Let's just try and vigilance them. We'll mill them and defeat, and we'll just like defeat this since it's dealing more damage. and then see what we got. Dooku, Power, Gideon Hask. Okay. So nothing super major, although that Power of the Dark Side would have been annoying. And this way we can still take down. We'll see. Okay, sure. It's just like, maybe we'll claim here, because they can't play a Relentless on 7, so if they drop a bunch of stuff, I mean, we can just blast again. Really want to blast and then into an empty board, land our Avenger. We're just being a little cautious because they've already, we know they're playing at least 2 Avengers, so 3. I mean, like, we can just like chain them at this point. Man, I was really expecting another. Yeah, we'll pass. Okay. As we get like super laser blast and then chain them, like entrenched, which is like that'll put us up to 20. Maybe we want to try it. I think we can out Avenger them at this point, so maybe we'll try it. Because if they drop one, we can claim and then blast, and then play another one the round after that. I mean, it'll stretch out the game some, but I don't think they can, like, get around that. Plus, with all these entrenched, they've got 5. I mean, their deck is down to 10 cards, basically, unless they've got a restock. Looks like they're going to have to think hard about what they're going to do. Let's look through their discard while we do that. Okay, 2 power, 2 takedowns, barrage. Okay, are they like barraging the Avenger? I guess we'll just claim that. I mean, they could put us to 20. They kept a barrage. Okay. I mean, I guess maybe they'll play. Could they play a Relentless? Yeah, they could play a Relentless at 8. But then we can entrench. Let's see. Like a Vanquish. Or do we have like a cheap event? Really like to have a cheap event in the off chance. I mean, we still have another, like, okay, that'll super laser blast. Okay. Alright. We will pass it. Okay, so we've gone through like a lot. I mean, like, our other Vigilance, our other restock, they should be coming up. I think we're going to drop a Childson onto this board. They know that we've got, let's reveal all of these entrenched to them, and then maybe a takedown. That way, at least he's out of takedown range. They could vanquish him still. Power of the Dark Side him. Sure. I think we'll... Well, if we claim here, again, it's just like if they play a Relentless, we need to be able to play 2, which we can, because we could play 2 Vanquishes, I guess. So we'll claim, or like a takedown and then a Vanquish, even if they had a Relentless. And I'm talking about Relentless a lot, but I've got a bit of flashbacks from yesterday. There were so many people sideboarding them in, and Emperor's Legions, and then it's just like impossible basically to win with this deck. So really just hit the jackpot that they did not, that they're not playing those cards, at least main deck. Okay, they're going to vigilance us. So I'm assuming they're going to mill. They may hit our restock and our other vigilance based on what's in there. So, but they're down lower than we are. And they don't need to heal, so. Okay, so they did not. They undid their last action, which is maybe a little confusing because we're in the request undo format, so they should not be able to be undoing. I think at this point we just want to like keep everything that we've got. Really, again, would have loved a vigilance there. Vigilance would get rid of that Inferno 4 and mill them out the rest of the way. I wonder if we should I am your father this. And if we draw, hopefully we can draw into our vigilance. And heal. And potentially defeat stuff. Okay, letting us draw. Thank you. So, actually, we should probably search our feelings for the restock. Because we know they've got vigilance. They played it and undid it, which they shouldn't have been able to do, but now that they have, we should be able to search our feelings for this restock. And then we can loop. Plus, we want to keep our options open should they drop some large thing. If they drop some large thing, we can super laser blast. If not, I think we probably will need to entrench that. We could probably just entrench every single thing they've got left. They've basically got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. 7 cards. 3 of those we can entrench. And that's assuming the other ones are units, which they may not be. Okay. Well, I mean, if we claim here, we can just immediately super laser unless they drop a relentless. So this is kind of like what we're thinking. Like, are they going to drop relentless? I think we need to entrench this. This is because if they dropped a relentless or even an event, and then they claim or something, we're kind of locked out. We would need multiple actions to recover from that, being at 22 damage. So they claimed there. So what we'll do is restock. And we're going to put the vigilance, the restock itself, and let's see what else would be alright. I mean, I guess another super laser blast, why the heck not? And then we'll pass. Okay, so we'll pass. I want to keep all of this stuff. And then, I mean, they're probably going to hit us with that Inferno 4 to put us to 24. Alright. We can search and then get vigilance and heal. We can also entrench. So being able to do both of those is pretty clutch, pretty key at this point, because we can vigilance to get rid of that so it can't keep hitting us, and also heal. And entrenched if they drop an Avenger or a Relentless. And at this point, okay, we will vigilance here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to heal and defeat. They have no deck. So we can defeat that, and then we can entrench their reinforcement walker, which should kind of functionally lock them out at this point. Okay. And then we'll pass. So unless we've got a way to like knock those entrenched off. Okay, so I think we're just gonna... I mean, we can't play anything on the ground, so we may as well resource a few of those, although I'm still kind of expecting another reinforcement walker or an Avenger. Gonna vigilance us back. Okay. So it's like, do we try and stick something? Let's see. Would they hit? Okay, so we've got no vigilances. There's a okay, so we are lucky that a restock is still in there in these bottom three. Hopefully we draw it. It's just like, should we super laser and then potentially entrench something that they're going to land, or should we try and Avenger ourselves and see? Maybe we're going to try Avengering them, because they can't. And we could play something for 7. But if we start hitting them in the air, that's going to be 8 a turn plus the 6. That'll be 14 each turn, unless they can do something about that. But I'm assuming they held off some kind of removal. All their powers are gone, though, I think. Or maybe a Vanquish, maybe an Entrench. I mean, they may still have their own Avenger, but if they play that, we can claim and then blast. Actually, they can't play. They've only got 7, so. Alright. What? So that last card is a restock. So that's unfortunate for us. If they have, do they have their other vigilance? 1 vigilance. 2 vigilance. Okay, so they should have a vigilance in their hand. They're going to mill our last reason, which is like happened to be right there. But I guess, yeah, so it's just going to come down to what we can stick. Which we can't really be playing anything on the ground because of that. Although we could wipe and then drop stuff. So we'll pass there. We'll see what they do first. Maybe they're going to Avenger? I'll have to play it pretty careful. Okay. So they did super laser. So what do we want to do? We like spam and like Childson. We can Childson plus 2 probe droids. We'll reveal. Let's see. Let's reveal 2 takedowns and 2 vanquishes. Now we should be able to just kind of throw stuff out. They played their own Death Star, so maybe we should get their Death Trooper with our Death Trooper. So that they can't land anything. So that'll be like 9 plus the 6. They got Make an Opening and Gideon Hask. Okay. So we'll... Okay. Yeah, we know. Okay. Whoa, did it not put? I thought. Okay, they said GG's to us. Yeah, just because they. Okay. What happened? Maybe I resourced that? Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Of course. So. But I think they can make an opening here, which will heal them. But we can whack for enough that I'm thinking they're going to die. They GG'd, but I guess they're going to play it out. We can keep attacking their base. They'll be up to 26, and then they'll take another 6. Yeah, so we'll do that. And then I think we can, Avenger, but I mean, that's kind of like rubbing it in, but why not at this point? So they'll die. Alright. We'll thank them. Thanks for the long match. Good on them for sticking around that long. That's 36 minutes. Sometimes those control mirrors can like take a long time. So really good on them. Good on F Wanky for sticking around for that. Thanks for watching. That's the first match. Alright, heading into match number 2 here against a Boba deck. I think we're going to quickly sideboard out these sparks and sideboard in, make an opening. We will go first. It's better if we can hold on to initiative here. Again, facing a black-green, kind of looking out for those Relentless or Emperor's Legion. I think a lot of people have been on to how this blue deck works. At least they were yesterday. And we're kind of slotting in those cards. First turn, I think we will take a mulligan here. We'd like to have something to do, although maybe not this. System Patrolcraft is okay against the 7th Fleets, but sucks against the Fire Spray. Childson is good if we can drop him, although we can just waylay him or something, which is a slight tempo loss, because waylay's 3, he's 4, so not too bad. Death Trooper's a little better on that regard, because they really don't want to waylay him. Avenger's not going to come out for a long time, and we've got 3, so I'm going to do him and then a Childson, because I don't think we need both of those. I'm assuming they'll play a Crafty Smuggler or something, and then we're just going to claim. Or we'll just claim anyway. Probe Droid, okay. So that's a best case scenario for us, because that Probe Droid, this Death Trooper can shoot that Probe Droid and get it out of there. We can also Entrenched and Arena dodge them. And just not play in space. So I think at this point we want to keep the Entrenched and the Super Laser Blast to reset late game. So we'll play this first though, and this will take care of that. And that at least gives us a little bit of board presence too, which is nice to, okay, ECL that out. Okay, so should have been on the lookout for that, because they can't, although we can entrench their Boba, we'll claim there. So they'll be up to 5 next turn, and we'll be at 4. So we can Vigilance them too. Both Vigilance and a Power. A Power is very, very good here. Depending on what they drop. Dang, this is a good hand. We need to be looping these Vigilances. This Childson can come down as a 6/6, which will protect our health a lot too. And also force them to deal with him. This Entrenched is really good for the Super Laser Blast. This Power of the Dark Side is good if they get their guy out first. Man, this is a rough choice. I'm kind of leaning toward the Super Laser Blast though, again, because we're not going to be up to 8 for 4 more rounds. We have no way to ramp. And we can Entrenched and remove stuff as we need, and also heal with these Vigilances and try and do it that way. So I'm going to play a Childson. I'm going to reveal a Vigilance and Entrenched. into so that they do not know that we have power of the dark. Well, it's like, do you want them to know that we have this or that? I think it's better for them not to know that we've got this power of the dark side and try and bait them into doing something with that. Although, yeah, it's like, do we want Childson to be a 6/6 or do we want them to know that we've got that? In this specific scenario, I'm kind of leaning towards them not knowing we've got power of the dark side, to be honest. But they'll have their big Boba turn. We'll claim there. They could surprise strike him or something like that, which I mean they could do anyway. Okay, they can go over him with Steadfast. Which makes sense. Oh no, they can't because they can't like ECL that out. Okay, so we can take down Boba, which is probably what we should do, and keep like another Childson. Although we can just Vigilance Boba, and take down is not good against Fire Spray. We need a Vanquish for that. So I'm thinking we may resource that. Since we're going first, yeah, we're going to Vigilance, Mill, and Defeat. So we'll defeat their Boba. That means their Steadfast Battalion will just die when it runs into Childson now. Let's see what we hit. A Vader, not too shabby. One Bosk. The Smugglers. They really probably should be attacking us here, because otherwise we're going to start damaging their base. But they're not, so we'll attack their base. If they run this Steadfast Battalion into there, so it's like, should we claim or not? If they get rid of Childson, we want to be able to heal, but I think it's probably better to just claim. We can entrench that Fire Spray. Okay, so that was actually not a great decision on their part to run the Steadfast Battalion into that. Because now we can just Power of the Dark Side them. System Patrol Craft, again, not great, just dies to Fire Spray. Because Fire Spray is really good and Boba comes out ready, so we're going to Power first, get rid of that Fire Spray. If they play another one, I guess we can entrench it. Okay, they're going to ramp, which is an interesting choice. Let's try and put something out. They've got a Cunning out of Aspect. They've got a Boba Fett who they cannot ambush out, and another Steadfast Battalion. Okay. So I'll play a Boba there. We could drop our Iden, but that'd be like 7 next turn, which would put them to like 12. Is that enough pressure? We could also like try and bait them into getting this Boba down enough that we can like Vigilance them again, but we can Vigilance them anyway, so I'm just gonna claim. Because we want to heal, and no, there's another Super Laser Blast. Can't really be getting rid of that. Could play our other Childson here, add a 5/5. I think we'll attack, actually, yeah, we'll just attack the base. Get it in while we can, although maybe doing Childson first would have been better. Yeah, because then they'll get rid of him that way, which is okay. Let's do... Although, should we just like entrench that? I don't know if entrenching that Boba is really like that good. So maybe we Childson, which we should have done first. Misplay on our end. We'll show them everything. We don't care. See if they want to bounce it or something. I mean, it will at least jam them up a little bit. If they play another Fire Spray, we can entrench it. What do we got in here? We gotta hold on to this super laser blast. Steadfast. Okie dokie. We'll claim there. We can go up to 8 and we can just super laser, so maybe we shouldn't have played that Childson. Okay. We can attack them though. So we'll do that. I just like putting a little bit of pressure on them. Sometimes I gotta like resist that urge when I'm playing control to put that onboard pressure. Just because, I mean, I also kind of want to bait them out into like playing a bunch of units onto a board that I don't really care about either. So we can double vigilance them, which would get about half of their deck. But we can also like entrench that. Let's see, maybe we entrench that just to keep the damage off. Okay, cunning? Discard random. They got our super laser blast. Alrighty. So we will, let's do mill and heal. They're trying to hit our vigilances with that cunning, I guess. It's not like they can attack. Oh, they're trying to like see, maybe they didn't know they couldn't attack with it or something. Okay, what do we get? We got, okay, another fire spray, a Vader. Okay, so 2 fire sprays, 2 Vaders down. So how many Bobas? 2 Bobas. So 2/3 of the way through some of the best cards in the game. We will claim here. Can't be dropping Iden onto a 12/8. Making opening is good here too to get rid of that 7th fleet, but that vigilance too. Let's see, we'll probably play like both of those in the Vanquish. So I mean, maybe we'll just pass here. We're going first, so I'm thinking we will just make an opening this, which puts us to 2, and then hopefully they play some small thing that we can vigilance also. Although like a super laser deck. Fine. 7, okay. Gonna say we can heal and get another, because we really don't want that to stick out and be like whacking us. So that will deal more than like healing the 5. So even though it's annoying, we should probably just get rid of this with the vigilance. So let's mill and defeat. Just because that's going to deal more than 5 to us over the long run. What else did we hit? The last fire spray. So they've got a Boba unit, and which isn't actually, we got the, wait, 1, 2, 3. So they've just got 1 Vader there on the ground. We'll just claim. Are we gone? We've gone through all 3 vigilances. Okay, so at this point, we're just trying to stall the least amount of resources as possible. So we're going to pass. We really are just kind of waiting on a super laser blast or something. I'm thinking this Vanquish, takedown. We gotta maybe save this Vanquish for the Vader, but we can also use the Entrench. So maybe we'll just Vanquish that, because it's got a shield, which is more annoying than stuff without a shield, I guess. Although, if we keep trying to arena dodge them, maybe, yeah. Maybe we'll just get everything out of the space arena over here, just in case we get an Avenger or something. Again, worst case scenario for us is a Relentless, so we gotta save that Entrenched. I think we're just gonna claim here. No point. I don't want to play that on a Smuggler and then have them like drop a Relentless or something. Looks like they disconnected, so we'll see. They got 60 seconds to reconnect. Alright, 3 Vigilant. We haven't hit any Search Our Feelings. I've not searched our feelings. So there's 3 Search Your Feelings in our deck out of these 28, plus both of our restocks. So about 5 out of those that we'd really want to hit. An Avenger would also be okay here, because then we could start getting them down. Although they could maybe play around it by dropping some cheaper units. We'll see. Okay, looks like they have left the game. So, don't know if that's a DC loss on their end, but I mean, they're kind of, definitely the game was going against them at this point. We have 2 restocks in there. We'll just get like all of our vigilances back, shuffle our deck with Search Your Feelings, and then like keep doing that forever, basically. We had an Avenger, so we got like 2 more in the deck too. Once we hit those, or a Super Laser Blast or something, we're just going to keep resetting. I don't think there's anything they could do at this point. Sort of unfortunate that they disconnected right there, but they also, all their Fire Sprays are gone, all their Boba Fett units are gone. They have 1 Vader in there who it would really not be a problem to vanquish or a problem to entrench. So really nothing that they could do with this version of the deck. I do think if they were on Relentless, which is kind of what I was waiting out to see if they had 1 or 2 in the last 12 cards. If they were on those, they would have an out, a little bit of an out, because then we have to go up to a high number or like entrench it and then wait till we get up to 11 or something to be able to play multiple removal, or I guess like 9 if we have a vanquish and a takedown or things like that. So I was kind of waiting to see if they have that. Also, Emperor's Legion, if they sideboard that in, yep, we know. If they sideboard that in, then they could have also potentially recovered, because if we like wipe or something like that, then they can play Emperor's Legion, get their ground units that we've kind of stalled with entrenched or things like that, and then put them back in their hand, especially like with the Vaders. It would be hard at this point in the game, even if they had them, because their Fire Sprays and their Boba units and 2 of their Vaders are already in the graveyard, so there's not a way to get those back. They would just be playing with the units that they already had, so not a great way for them to be able to come back from that, even with those cards, assuming that they had them. Without them, this matchup against Boba is pretty good, pretty hard for them to win. With Relentless, with Emperor's Legion, it becomes very, very difficult for Iden to win. But that will be the second match for today. Alright, we're ready for match number 3. Looks like we're going against a Chirrut red build. I think we will side in these making openings, side out these sparks, and then maybe, looks like they disconnected. Alright, we'll wait, see who comes back. We'll put those back in. Maybe they did not want to play a control match, so we'll wait. So we'll talk maybe a little bit about sideboarding while we wait. We've got these main deck sparks. If you listen to the interview that Jordan did with TowerNumberNine, Jordan said that he usually completely like sideboards out sparks and I Am Your Fathers and one other card against aggro. I'm thinking maybe restocks, and then put basically most of the sideboard in that place. So using those making openings, using those devotions against aggro. I think even Dooku. He said Dooku was useful to get rid of even like space units. A-Wing, I know, Dooku could get rid of them because it's not just ground, it just says defeat a unit, versus something like Death Trooper, which needs an enemy ground unit. So I think Dooku could also get rid of Falcon, which is one of the also like more annoying cards in that matchup. So anyway, the sideboard there is kind of basically all swapped out depending on aggro. The main deck is basically built for control, because Jordan thought he would be facing a lot of control. So that's kind of how the main deck works, and then sideboard is basically all for aggro. So that's what you switch out. I think we'll pause there and wait for an opponent. Alright, looks like we found a Luke deck from Caesar 007. They're on ECL, so we'll start the game. This should be a ramp deck using Alliance Dispatchers early game to kind of get Luke out, get those big cards out earlier. And also, if they get an Alliance Dispatcher turn 1, it'll have a shield on it. So, really, I mean, pretty bad for us. I mean, I think we need to try and mulligan into a Power of the Dark Side to make them sacrifice it. Because we cannot, like, even if we play this Probe Droid or something first turn, or a Death Trooper second turn, they're just going to be able to use it anyway. So I think we'll mulligan here, hoping for a power. We did not get a power, but them's the breaks. Got 2 I Am Your Fathers, 2 Childsons. Probably do not need 2 copies of each of those cards. 3PO is not terrible, not the worst thing that can happen to us. So we'll claim here. Okay. I mean, Death Trooper is not good into 3PO because he'll do the 2, he'll be at 1, 3PO can hit him, and then we have nothing, and they've still got 3PO with, like... Although, would they do that? Because that would be 2, 3PO would die, and that does at least give us a board presence, make them pick. Unless they, like, play a lightsaber on him or something. We can also try and, like, I Am Your Father 3PO. Maybe that's the course we should take. See if they let us draw. Because really we would like to draw there, which I think they knew. So we'll claim, and then maybe, again, we're kind of like hoping for a Power of the Dark Side here, because we'd really like to get rid of that Yoda. System Patrolcraft is better in this matchup because it's good against A-Wings, so I think we'll do that. And then we could play a Childson here, and then our Childson would be a 6/6. So I think we're going to have to reveal our whole hand to them, but that's okay, just because we would like him to be large as he can be. Okay, they got an Echo-based Defender, which is alright. Luke comes out on 6. They could also shield him, which is what I'm assuming they're going to do. But, I mean, it's not that important for us. The Chilton is not necessarily there to be whacking them, although it's good if he can. It's more to kind of stall them out while we wait for a wipe or something, to be honest. Or even, like, we probably don't need 2 System Patrol Crafts, so we'll do that. Or even these Cargo Juggernauts. But we kind of want to wait on those. Let's see what we can do. We'd also like Vigilance, and that kind of really 2-for-1s them with that Defender. So I'm thinking we will mill them and then defeat that Defender. Because then they wasted that action, and then we can, like, attack them. So Vigilance really nice into that Echo-based Defender because of that 3 health there. It looks like we hit their home 1, so a good hit there. Hit a Luke, good hit there. Well, that's what you want to see. They had to vanquish because otherwise they would start to lose out on that if they had left Chilton around. Okay, so let's see. Again, we can still keep, like, arena dodging them. Or try to, we're not already arena dodging them. I'm sorry, we could start to arena dodge them by playing this Patrol Craft and then trying to hit them for 3 up there, plus the Inferno 4. Inferno 4 loses out really badly to A-Wing, but they should not be on A-Wing. They don't have red, so that's okay. We probably want to keep a Super Laser Blast as our reset. Maybe we do not need 2 Cargo Juggernauts. So maybe that's where I'm going to lean on this specific turn. And then we can play both of these in the air, which puts out 5 each turn to them there. We'll do this, and let's see. That Search Your Feelings is to pull our vigilance is, so I think we'll leave that there. And we can put that Death Trooper on the bottom because we don't want to be playing ground units. And we want to potentially prepare for a wipe later. So it's like, how much do we want to put out? We'll put out that much, and then... Okay. So we could put Iden out now and try and bait them into doing something to Iden, although I don't think it's probably worth it. We can also heal with that cargo juggernaut if they put us down too far. They can also U-wing reinforcements next turn, and they can do like a lot of damage to us. They've got 10 on board. And I don't know if this takedown is not really great against them. So we're really just trying to survive until next turn so we can super laser blast them. They also ECL, they still got their ECL, they haven't used it yet. So they could ECL into something in the air. And Luke can put multiple shields on this Obi-Wan, but at least Super Laser Blast gets around that. So we'll keep attacking them. We can heal with that cargo juggernaut, but I don't know if it's completely necessary. 2, that puts us like at 18. It's just like whether we want to go... We'd be at half health with the cargo juggernaut off and we'd be like wiping it. We could also search for a vigilance. So maybe we'll do that because they're definitely going to be trying to get their damage in at this point. We'd also get a Power of the Dark Side to kind of like lock them up. But if we go Super Laser into Avenger, we probably don't need to do that. So I think we're going to get a vigilance here. And that way we can like heal up too. Because if they attack us, we're just going to claim. It might be better for them really to claim here and then hit us for 4. Because that's still like 2 more on us than we would otherwise have. And they haven't played anything, so I think they may be waiting for us to super laser and then like drop there. Okay. We got like 2 Avengers here. So maybe we resource one of them. Although, I don't know, right, like, is this Chilton better to potentially drop if they play something on the ground? I'm really not sure if we should, like, try and, like, chain Avengers. If they... So it could be in blue, they could vanquish the first one. So maybe at this point in the game, resourcing Chilton is better. I think also first, we just want to super laser blast and claim. We can also tap Iden to heal. I guess it might be kind of like responding to what they're going to do. So we'll do that. I guess we can leave this. We don't really need these sparks. They're not on vigilance. We could leave this on the top to pull the last vigilance, right? Because we've already vigilanced them once. So maybe we'll leave that on the top. We could also pull something if we need. They'll U-wing here. So we're just going to see that, like, how much they get out. If they pull one big thing, that's less good for them because we're going to Avenger. If they can fill up the board, that would be good for them. But we can also potentially, like, if they play Echo-based Defender, we can also, like, defeat that and then heal. So, just because we pulled that Vigilance before, so... I think that Vigilance may come in be pretty important in the end because that way we can, so it's just, do we want to claim here to go first? I think so. That way we can Vigilance right away, get rid of that restored arc, and heal ourselves to be back to 13. We'll only be at 9, and we can't play that. We really want to be at 10 so that we could play that Juggernaut even. Okay, let's see, that takedown, I mean, like, let's see, we're at 8, so we could vigilance and then takedown. Bail gives experience. This could be pretty annoying. I think I'm gonna keep all of these, because we could potentially take down Yoda and then vigilance that. So I think we got a vigilance first though, so we're gonna defeat and heal, and we're gonna defeat the restored arc, and then hopefully they use Bail to give experience to Yoda, and then we just take down Yoda. That's what I hope happens. And then we could also potentially just play Iden. Let's try that. Alright, so now it's like, well, do we get rid of Bail or do we get rid of Yoda? I think we can also search for our last vigilance. What do we get from them with these? Gosh, only one U-Wing, one Home one Luke, so they've still got a lot of gas. Even after both of them. Maybe, I don't know, it's like, do we take down that Yoda? I guess. I just need to keep their board as clear as possible. Okay, so then we'll claim here. They opted for that 1 damage. They had Kanan Jarrus. And then they'll put a shield on Kanan. Okay. So I think we will resource the Spark. Not as, although, I don't know, right? It's like, do we play that against their U-Wing? Probably not. I think we're just going to Avenger here. They'll get rid of their Bail, but then they're going to have to vanquish that Avenger. Although, that's what I'm assuming they'll do. It's just like, doesn't leave a lot of good outs for us. I wonder if we should just like search vigilance again for like to stall. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards, honestly. We'll get our last one, and then we can defeat and heal again. That way it keeps us at like 15. And then if they want to drop something, we can claim. Let's see what we've got here. 1 super laser in the discard. So we got 2 in our deck. We'll claim here. So that's 8 on board. Again, pretty difficult for us to deal with. Although with Avenger, if we go first, I think we'll resource the I Am Your Father. It just deals damage, which is not good in these matchups. At least this Avenger will like goes around their shields because they have to choose to defeat it. Okay, so what was that? They Avenger. Okay, so they put that experience on Kanan with that. Although we could vanquish and then attack. So even if they play something, I guess worst case at this point for us would be U-Wing and they dump a bunch of stuff. Okay, so I think we want to just claim here. Pretty much looking for a super laser blast. Oh, they took that. Okay, because of the 5. Guess we could have healed for 1 if we had just passed. Okay, super laser blast. Exactly what we're looking for. So we can lead with that. And then I'm assuming they're just going to drop like a Home 1 into it or something, but we kind of have to. Let's see, yep, U-Wing. So, I mean, they're doing their best playing around it. I think they probably have a 3rd one in there. They can't pull Home 1 with it, but they can do something like this to try and fill out what they can. So, let's try. think if we go up to 12, we could search and then wipe again. So got like 2 in there, so we get like the last one. If we like heal, I think maybe we will heal. Make them pick if they want to go first or not. Okay, so they're gonna play, which allows us to claim. So I mean, we're probably like forced to search our feelings, find the super laser blast, do that over again. But then they're not going to play into it. And we should have like 2 resupplies in there. Okay, so I'm just trying to like math this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it's like, well, because we could play this, they'll get rid of R2. But then we can entrench like their Echo Base Defender or something. And then like heal 4. We kind of want to like stick an Avenger or something to like fix this. But I don't know if that's really gonna help. So we're gonna search for the wipe. And then that at least disincentivizes them from dropping any. Although they probably are just gonna, yeah, reset there. So they got 11 cards. No board, but we have 24 damage, and all of our vigilances are in the graveyard. So, also, that search, how many search? We've like searched 3 times. Okay, so we can't even, the good thing about Search Your Feelings is it is like a shuffle effect. So, I mean, we can entrench that home one. So we're going to have to claim here and then entrench that. Or Vanquish, I mean, I guess we can always do that. Although, if we claim and go first, we can Avenger, which will get rid of their home one. Although, what are they doing? They can play, okay, so that's, yeah, kind of what messes with that, because they can, home one brings back something for 3 or less. So we really need to Vanquish it, and then probably entrenched whatever they bring back. And then hope they don't have a 3rd. That makes sense. We'll claim. Because then they can do like 4. Okay, double 4. Okay. Man, I don't know if there's like a way out of this at this point, to be honest. Because we have to Vanquish. Don't really have a choice there. And we don't have like a Childson to plop on the ground. Did we like resource them all? Was that our mistake? 2 in there? Looks like it. And the other one's dead? Yep. Because we should have kept a Childson around so that we could plop that on the ground to like jam them up in the ground. Like in this specific scenario. Because if we had kept one over like a Cargo Juggernaut, which is what we definitely should have done, they couldn't be attacking us there, at least. I think we would like barely survive. But as it stands now, we can't like let them hit us with that. So we have to Vanquish that first. They'll hit us, and then we have to entrench whatever is left. So we've got to entrench this. And then they'll claim, I think. And then we lose. Nope, they played Obi-Wan. So we'll claim, but I don't think it will matter, because I don't think there's anything we could draw at this point that will do anything about that. Because, yeah, they just they got like all this stuff. Alright. Yeah, there's like nothing we can do here, even if we play Inferno, because we can't get like everything out. They've got like so much. They played around us really well. So, yeah, really nothing to do. We'll just do this. Good game. All right, and that is game number 3. They did a really great job playing around us, dumping all that stuff. Like I said, just like a general recap, I think we messed up with the Childson. We should have kept a Childson to potentially drop on the ground to hold up their U-Wing. We knew that they had U-Wing really early on, plus, of course, because it's Luke Green. And I mean, they probably still had another one, to be honest. Plus that home one. I mean, they can spit out so many things. We really need a Childson to like plop down there to keep them occupied after they do that. Or at least like then incentivize them to try and pick air units, but they don't have like a whole lot of those necessarily. I think they just have, especially plucking them out of that 7, it looks like they really just have these restored arcs. I don't even see like bright hopes or anything in here, so we should have been paying a little more attention with that vigilance and been a little bit more vigilant, I guess, right, about like what they were playing, what they were doing, because they could probably only pull out 1 restored arc and then like mostly ground units when they do U-Wing. So Childson, much more important than these cargo juggernauts. This specific cargo juggernaut sat in my hand the whole time. Really pretty useless. I resourced 2 Childsons. Obviously should have resourced another cargo juggernaut instead at some point. But that's it. That's it for game 3. Thank you for watching. See you later.